I can tell you a few things about these fighters. First off, you're going to see that Flores is about an inch shorter. Their weight is exactly the same at 148 pounds. Flores is 26 years old. Jeffrey Hill is a year older at 27. And there you see the particulars right there. Reach about the same, with Flores with a 70-inch reach and Hill with a 71-inch reach. And for the countries that take it in the metric system, there you have it, and you can read that for yourself. Both guys are coming off a win. Flores had a big victory in February, and Jeffrey Hill had a second-round TKO win over Michael Jamison in January. All right, I see Jimmy Lennon Jr. standing by. He's all set, so let's get this fight underway.
Bien, amigos, ahora presentando una atracción especial. 10 asaltos entre pesos welter. Ladies and gentlemen, welterweights in the ring in about scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. Introducing our judges, presentando a los jueces Carlos Colón, Samuel Conde, and Nelson Vasquez. Our referee in charge, referees Roberto Ramirez. All right, fans, here we go. Presentando en la esquina roja. Introducing on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks from Miami, Florida. Pesando 148 libras, he weighed in at 148 pounds. Su récord, 22 victorias y 2 derrotas. Tiene 17 ganadas por knockout. His record, 22 wins, 2 losses with 17 knockouts. Aquí está Jeff, the Thrill Hill. Y su rival en la otra esquina azul, his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks, hailing from Juana Diaz, Puerto Rico. Pesando 148 libras, his weight 148 pounds, his record 17 victorias y 2 derrotas, con 13 ganadas por knockout, with a record of 17 wins, 2 losses, and 13 knockouts. Demos la bienvenida a Felix Flores. Aquí está el referee Roberto Ramirez.
Okay, both of you were already properly instructed, so I'm going to be watching for a clean fight. When I say break, step back without landing a punch. Punches below this line are no good, okay? Okay.
All right, the comments of Roberto Ramirez, one of the fine referees here, as you take a look at the rules under which this will be contested. There's 3 judges scoring the fight, the 10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop a fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Okay, we're set to go. Since both fighters are wearing black trunks, the fellow with the white trim is Felix Flores, and it's Jeffrey Hill in the solid black trunks. So with the white trim and the white shoes is Flores. Flores is from Puerto Rico, 17-2, 13 KOs. Hill hails from Miami, Florida. He's got 17 knockouts as well, but he has 22 victories. This is round number 1. I'm Bob Sheridan, and we're at Roberto Clemente Coliseum here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Open things up for Jeff Hill here. Hill's a very, very powerful puncher, and he's got a real good jab. He gets a little bit wild when he gets touched up, but he's very, very strong. He's one of the Albanani fighters, and Albanani fighters, as you know, if you watch King Vision, are all big, heavy punchers, and this kid's no exception. As that jab just grazing the chin, Flores comes with a looping left hand and then a wild looping right hand. Right back is Jeff Hill. Hill misses as the punch goes sailing over the head of that stiff jab did catch. This kid Hill can really bang. Again, it's Flores with the white trim on his trunks and Jeff Hill in the solid black trunks. See that jab of Hill? Hill to the right of your screen now. Watch him, he's real stiff with the jab and he drives off the back foot. One of his problems was he'd throw that jab and then he'd back off, straight back, and Albanani trying to teach him to move off one side or the other. A lot of ramifications of this fight for Jeff Hill. There's talk that he might get a shot at Michel Piccirillo of Italy, the IBF welterweight champion, if he wins this fight. But Flores, he knows a victory over Hill would put him right in contention in the welterweight division. 147-pound division is a good one. Bernard Forrest, Shane Mosley, Sixhead Lewis, Antonio Diaz, all of those guys, Danny Perez, all of them in the welterweight division. And Flores and Hill want to get up in the rankings. About a little over, well, just under a minute to go now in round number 1. This is scheduled for 10 rounds in the welterweight division. Fight sanctioned by the Puerto Rican Boxing Commission. And it's a good commission they have here because they have plenty of fights down here in San Juan. Been a while since King Vision's been here, but it's good to be back. Digging body shot by Hill, and Flores very quick with his hands. Hill is right in front of him, kind of a standing target right now. Now he bounces a little bit, but he wants to load up the right hand. He'll work it off the jab. There's a straight jab. Didn't quite get the right hand off. Gonna call it a knockdown, I believe. And Roberto Ramirez is right. His hand did touch the canvas. And that's the rule. I mean, it looks bad and it looks like it should be a knockdown. Roberto Ramirez scored it exactly right. A guy's hand touches the canvas, it's a knockdown. Unfortunately for Jeff Hill, that's going to be a 10. I'm going to score 10-9 because it wasn't much of a knockdown, but it was a proper call. I thought that Hill was winning.
Wake your ass up. Open your mouth.
Get it flat on me, baby.
Let me tell you something right now. Put it there. Let me tell you something right now. You're leading outside with hooks and right hands. Work behind the jab and get on the inside and work, okay? You ain't gonna win a fight like this. You hear me?
Yeah.
And when you're in front of him, don't stand there. Move your feet or use your jab.
Take a deep breath.
Well, you hear Albanese chewing out Hill.
What kind of shit is that?
And he's annoyed because Hill was cruising along, winning the thing. He gets inside, and he just gets touched up here with an uppercut. You see him put his hand down? And Roberto Ramirez, who has a lot of experience as a referee, right on top of it, and made the right call. See that? Very good call again by Ramirez. He knew exactly what to do. And the reason for that was, instead of trying to get in the camera shot, Ramirez was standing back where he could see exactly what the fighters were doing. Well, Hill should be fired up now, but instead it's Flores who opens up with a real good stiff jab. A little bit of a hook. Well, Hill is mad now, and he'll be wild in the early going year in round number 2. But it's Flores who's been around, 17-2, good amateur career. This kid's a good boxer, and he's very, very well conditioned. And he's part of the Don Felix Trinidad stable that has so many fighters down here in the island. He was fighting at 140, and he thought it was weakening him, was Flores. So he went up to 147. He feels great now. He's very focused, and looking pretty good against the big banging Jeffrey Hill right now. Flores a little bit puffy around the eyes, so Hill is getting through with those jabs. Hill has got that real conditioned body, as you can see. And again, it's Hill with his back to you and the solid black trunks to the left of your screen. To the right of your screen now with his back to it, sliding around. Back to the right is Felix Flores. Flores with a white trim on his black trunks. Solid black trunks is Jeffrey Hill. This is round 2. Hill was down, but just his hand touched in the first round, if you've just joined us for one reason or another. Two good fighters with kind of similar records. Flores 17-2 with 13 KOs. Hill 22-2 with 17 KOs. Half the round gone by. Hill tries the uppercut, tries to load up the right hand. Flores able to block it. Look at the aggressiveness now of Hill. Loaded up that right hand, nailed Flores, but he didn't shift him. Tough body shot that time. Boy, Hill is wild right now. Flores does a nice job slipping hook. And the very astute boxing crowd here in San Juan realizes what a nice defensive job under fire did Felix Flores perform. Flores looks like he might have a cut right on the bridge of his nose from some of those slugging, booming punches that Hill got off there during the course of this second round. Remember, Hill was cruising along like this in the first round until Flores dropped him with a short, crisp inside shot that actually Hill was off balance more than anything. Hill grabs, referee Roberto Ramirez separates the two. Both guys trade uppercuts inside, and Flores got the best of it. Digging body shot, then back with the uppercuts. Hill really wants to take him out. He's just loading up shots. And so far, Flores has been able to gobble it up, mostly by slipping punches and just showing the movement. There's the bell ending round 2. This is good boxing, folks.
Ganamos esa otra vez. Tranquilo. Vamos a coger el aire con calmita. Aquí estamos al piso. Vamos a coger el aire. Vamos bien. Estamos bien. Estamos bien. Vamos bien. Vamos bien. Vamos tranquilito. Vamos tranquilito. ¿Está bien, Pelo?
Perfecto.
Eso mismo que estás haciendo con las manos altas.
Sí.
¿Sabes? No me las bajes para cuidear.
Hay un momento cuando la bajaste.
La quiero alta, ¿sabes por qué? Porque, primero, porque te cuide. Segundo, para que le puedas meter ese hook por dentro. Sí. Que le mete el hook y se acaba la pelea.
Toma agua.
Está bien. Cuando pueda. Cuando tú puedas.
Saying I need you to keep your hands up. That's what he fell on Flores, and Flores doing a pretty good job of that.
Si le da el mapi por dentro.
Watch this replay. Watch how wild Jeffrey is. Watch him. He just wants to knock this guy out so bad. Look at that wild right hand.
Second now, tercero.
And he'll be the same way here in the third round. Here we go, round number 3 from Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan, Puerto Rico. You're watching King Vision. I'm Bob Sherritt. Hope that you're enjoying it. And I'll tell you this, if you're not enjoying this fight, you should be watching boxing, because this is a terrific fight. And we're only in the third round. Flores, a classic boxer, and Jeffrey Hill, a big banger. Hill got knocked down. Oh! Hill's in a heap of trouble. He got tapped right in the chin. His legs aren't back. And let's see if Flores can load up now. Hill got walked right into a nice stiff jab. And his legs aren't totally back. And Flores is trying to finish him off here in round number 3. Flores knows he hurt him. Look at these shots. Nice stiff jab in the face of Jeff. Hill's got to hang on and do just what he's doing to try and get his legs back. His eyes appear to be clear, but I don't think his legs are totally back. That really surprised him. You know, he got hung up in the ropes, and I'm kind of surprised that the referee didn't call it a knockdown the way he fell into the ropes. It's kind of academic. Now he seems to be back strong again. Boy, this is some seesaw right now in round number 3. It wasn't scored a knockdown, although he fell into the ropes, and the ropes held him up, and Roberto Ramirez could have scored that as a knockdown if he wanted to. Nice shots being landed by Flores. Flores again with his back heel, the white trim on his trunk. Blood coming from the mouth of Jeffrey Hill. And Hill has run into a buzzsaw with Flores. Flores, meanwhile, showing the wares here around his eyes. He's very puffy, but he's getting the better right now. Hill's standing right in front of him. He's flat-footed. He wants to load up the right hand, but every time he's done it, he's missed. But then when he was able to get up, Al signaled over to Roberto Ramirez to go ahead, stop the fight. I don't want my boy to hit anymore. Take a look at this. There's a big right hand that sends him reeling. And that's the end of the fight as he gets clipped behind the left ear. Another angle. Look at the jab, set it up, stiff right hand, all kinds of shots landing here. And down he goes. That's a big victory for Felix Flores. And you can see how happy he is. Boy, he'll come out and throw just anything at Felix Flores. All right, here's the very end of the fight now. The looping right hand sets him up, and then Flores is patient. He walks forward, light left hook, and the straight right hand right on the ear. And while referee Roberto Ramirez gave him the opportunity to get up, he started the count, looked into his eyes, and that was it. All right, Jimmy Lennon is standing by, and we'll make it official right now. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Damas y caballeros, tenemos el tiempo 2 minutos 55 segundos en round número 3. The time 2 minutes 55 seconds in round number 3. El referee Roberto Ramirez paró la pelea, stopping the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout. El ganador por knockout técnico, Felix Flores.